Next month for the state's primary election. And today we're talking with two Republican candidates seeking the GOP nomination for West Virginia's sixth, that is, Senate district. Our Robert Castillo has more with incumbent Senator Chandler Swope and former state delegate Eric Porterfield.
We asked current incumbent Senator Chandler Swope and challenger Eric Porterfield two questions as part of this election preview. Our first question for the two was, what made you decide to run for this position?
When I was in the construction business, I hired a lot of people and built a lot of buildings. But what we're doing in the legislature, since the time I've been there, has been dramatic. We're growing West Virginia at unheard of rates. In the last 7 years alone, our tax revenues have increased 60%. And that's economic growth. And it's not from tax increases. We've actually made a tax decrease.
Well, the incumbent Chandler Swope offered chemical drugs to our children with puberty drugs, with House Bill 2007, voting for an amendment of that, which is far left-leaning legislation. And I felt it was imperative to see that Chandler Swope is primaried as the incumbent.
Our second question for the two is, what are you hoping to accomplish if you're elected?
The area I focus in most is economic development. Because I'm a business person, I seem to naturally fit into that role very well. I've chaired the Economic Development Committee and several other committees. I've reached a stature in the legislature to where I've built relationships with all the important people, from the governor's office to all the various state agencies.
What I want to accomplish is to roll government back so that individuals in southern West Virginia can be big. Continuing tax cuts, emergency medical services in McDowell, Mingo, and Wayne County are desperately in need of help. I've got with the state's leading expert, or one of the leading experts on that, to try to get that addressed, as well as continue to move Mercer County forward in our economic development.
Election Day in West Virginia is set for May 14th. Here for you in Bluefield, West Virginia, I'm Robert Castillo, WVVA News.
Thank you for that report, Robert. We did reach out to the third candidate in this race, Craig Hart from Mingo County, about an interview for the story, but we did not receive a response as of yet. Now,